Although it's a very simple test, it sort of puts the whole car under a lot of stress because it really shows the agility of the vehicle. Although the next generation Focus is bigger than the outgoing car, it still has that agility, it still has that fun to drive factor. It's very easy to position it very tight and close to the cones, and it doesn't roll very much, so you can keep the speed up all the way through. It is a real combination of small detailed things that make it much better than the competitors. The cones are set up at a sort of distance apart that would represent a car in your carriageway or an obstacle, so although it looks quite severe, it's an everyday kind of occurrence that you'd have to swerve around a vehicle. What's happening when they're approaching the cones, they're turning quite abruptly to avoid the obstacle in the road, and the car's having to absorb all that travel, all that speed, and stay very stable on the road. And that's one of the big factors where the Focus wins over the other cars. It is very stable, it's a very good balance, the steering is very precise. So when they go around the car, it doesn't lose control, it doesn't start sliding at the back of the car that we saw with the Golf. Lots of oversteer, even with the ESP on. Very good control, very good balance is what you're looking for. The Focus stops much quicker than its competitors for a number of reasons. It has very powerful brakes all round, the ABS system is very fast reacting, and the stability of the car is very good. It doesn't dive down at the front when you brake, so it controls the weight very well when it's braking. ESP, Electronic Stability Program, is a system that uses the car's brakes to steer the car. So if the car needs to turn, it will slow down one side of the car to help it turn to control the skid. On the wet circles, as it's travelling around, the front of the car starts to lose grip. The surface is very similar to driving on wet leaves or a very, very wet road. So as the car starts to slide at the front, the ESP system puts the brakes on the back on one side to try and turn it into the corner. And the cars that don't have the natural grip, the ESP system's having to work really hard to make the car go around the corner. And we can see, especially on the Megane, that the car is actually dipping forward and back because it's putting the brakes on very abruptly to try and slow the car down. With the Focus, it just gently takes some of the throttle away to stop the wheels from spinning. You hardly notice anything going on, you just carry on driving as normally. With the other cars, there's a very severe action on the brakes, very severe on the throttle. It's very apparent that there's something strange going on in the car which could cause you to panic. The reason the Focus handles better than its closest rival is, again, a combination of factors. It's the chassis balance, it's the steering, the smoothness of all the systems, the ABS and the ESP, that really make it stand out. So overall, it's just a very nicely balanced car. It's very easy to drive.